Hello, good evening viewers. Welcome back to Madan News. We lead news report from all around the world, and for today, November 24, 2020, we bring several information that happening during this week. And here is the topic line. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed education forever. I'm Intan Kesuma D.
I am Aqsha Maulana. While the country are at different point their COVID-19 infection rates, worldwide there are currently more than 1,000 billion children in 186 countries affected by school closures to the pandemic. In Denmark, children up to age of 11 are returning to nurse and school after initial closing on 12 March. But in South Korea, students are responding to roll calls from teacher online.
With this sudden shift away from the classroom in many parts of globe, some are wondering whether the adoption of online learning will continue to persist post-pandemic and how such a shift will impact the worldwide education market. Even before COVID-19, there was already high growth and adoption in education technology with global edtech investment. Whether it is language app, virtual tutoring, video conferencing tools, or online learning software, there has been significant surge in usage since COVID-19.
What does this mean for the future of learning? While some believe that the unplanned and rapid move to online learning with no training, access patient bandwidth, and a little preparation will result a poor user experience that is unconducive to sustained growth, others believe that a new hybrid model of education will emerge with significant benefit. And we are going to ask Wang Tao as the Vice President of Tencent Cloud and Vice President of Tencent Education about this topic.
I believe that the integration of information technology in education will be further accelerated and that online education will eventually become an integral component of school education.
There have already been successful transitions among many universities. For example, Zheng University managed to get more than 5,000 courses online just a week into the transition using DingTalk ZJU. The Imperial College London started offering courses on the science of coronavirus, which is now the most incredible class launched in 2020 on Coursera. And now we're connecting to Dr. Amjad as the professor, the University of Jordan, who has been using LART for teaching his students.
Hello, good evening, Dr. Amjad.
Hello, good evening.
As we know that you are using LARC to teach your student, and why? Why are you using that?
Is there any specific reason?
Okay, it has changed the way of teaching. It enables me to reach out to my students more efficiently and effectively through chat groups, video meeting, voting, and also document sharing, especially during this pandemic. My students also find it is easier to communicate on LARC. I will stick to LARC even after coronavirus. Why? Because I believe traditional offline learning and e-learning can go hand by hand. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
For those who do have access to the right technology, there is evidence that learning online can be more effective in a number of ways. Some research showed that on average, students retain 25 until 60% more material when learning online compared to only 8 until 10% in a classroom.
This is mostly due to the student being able to learn faster online. E-learning requires 40 until 60% less time to learn than in a traditional classroom setting because students can learn at their own pace, going back and rereading, skipping, or accelerating through concepts as they choose.
Nevertheless, the effectiveness of online learning varies among age group. The general consensus on the children, especially younger ones, is that structured environment is required because kids more easily distract. Next, we connected with Reysha.
Since studies have shown that the children extensively use their sense to learn, so that how to make learning as fun through the technology. Over a period, we have observed that clever integration of games has demonstrated higher engagement and increased motivation towards learning, especially among younger students, making them truly fall in love with learning.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Leandra. And that was my interview with Mrs. Leandra as a witness report for you all. And we give it back to Aqsha and Intan in the studio.
Thank you, Reysha, for your report. It turned out the impact of pandemic does not only occur in economic field but in the field of education also experience great stress problem. As we can see that were the only many challenges of this online learning for students, especially for some students without reliable internet access and technology struggle to participate in digital learning.
Of course, this will also give parents and guardians a sense of worry about the development of education that should be easily obtained for their children. We hope that all of us, not only certain parties, can do various ways to create a new, more effective methods of educating students so that all students can learn easily without interruption. So much news that we can convey. If online learning technology can play a role here, it is incumbent upon all of us to explore its full potential. Don't go anywhere, stay with us. Together, build the country.